and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were great men of the earth. This harlot church controlled the banking systems of all the earth. World Bank of Rome, Vatican, get it? Central banks. Many were made rich through her corruption. She corrupted many political systems around the world, including this one here in the United States. And many politicians, including politicians here in the United States. This Church of Rome is there portrayed. For thy merchants were made great, for thy merchants were great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries, were all nations deceived. Satan's the great deceiver. Satan's the boss of this foreign church. And he's the great deceiver. And he deceived the nations of this earth to sell out. Most of them have sold their soul in. It's like you have the entertainers and other people in the other group sold their soul in. For power, money, riches, fame, and so on. But he deceived them. That's what he does. And his religion deceives them. Read that again. For by thy sorceries were all the nations deceived. They're going to be deceived so much that he's going to convince them to take on Christ when he comes from beyond history, riding his white horse. He's Basileus Basileon. King of Kings and Lord of Lords. They're going to be silly enough to join him in the Valley of Megiddo. He gets squashed like grapes. For by thy sorceries were all the nations deceived. To even take on God and his Christ. And in her was found the blood of the prophets, like I said. The Inquisition, 60 to 100 million. Christian Protestant saints killed. And in her was found all the blood of the prophets and the saints, and all that was slain upon the earth, including these wicked government systems, including Islam, communism, socialism, fascism, all spawned from this church and the Jesuit order. Controlling the religions around the world, spawning cults around the world. Not just the main ones, but all the little ones too. Jehovah's Witness, the Mormons, all. Seventh Day. This church. Synagogue of Satan, Masons, Illuminati, Synagogue of Satan. This church, this wicked church, and this church system. And God's going to judge it. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and the saints and all that was slain upon the earth. And God's going to have the final say so. This Babylonians false church system. Guilty of all the atrocities on this earth. and really since the dawn of time, has rolled the back of government, the beast system. And that's the seven-head beast systems talked about in Revelation. 7 earthly kingdoms throughout the millenniums. Relax, God is in control. We dealing with mass censorship. What's going on the internet? They're taking channels down for people talking about the elections and the rig system, kicking them off the internet. Freedom of speech is greatly under fire, of course. That's what tyrants do. They try to shut you down, but our Bible says that we obey men or God. The apostles was faced with the same dilemma when the governments of them days told them to shut up preaching Christ. He said, we will not. But that's where it's headed. Where they only want you to mention it. Anything dealing with the Bible. It's been a slow, progressive move towards chilling free speech on Christianity. Slow. Like a python wrapping itself around, it's squeezing the life out of the First Amendment slowly but sure. My word to you, resist. What I did say. Resist the Antichrist. The Bible said resist the devil, he flee from him. And resist his agents. It's working for Satan. God's going to final say so. That's why I read this. Over this whole wicked Babylonian system. It's coming down. And the Jezebel whore system, church system will be judged. Now God's doing some judging right now. So keep the faith. President Trump will have a second term. God said so. We walk by faith, not by sight. Don't worry about the prophets of gloom and doom, fake news, and anybody else talking otherwise. Or the imposter, fraud is claiming the presidency right now. Don't worry about him either. God had anointed and appointed President Trump for this hour. And what we need to do, praise, prayer, and warfare. I did a horrible rendition of singing Psalms 29. The last week I apologize, but at least I said it all. Praise, prayer, warfare gives us victory over this enemy. As God judges this corrupt system, not a miracle, as the prophets of gloom and doom would have you believe. The wicked American Babylon, no, this is a covenant nation. Isaiah 18, I done taught them to get to teach. This is a covenant nation, covenant people. Founded by people that love God, that was Christians, Protestant Christians, seeking a nation where they could freely worship Christ and God without being so oppressed, and depressed, or persecuted, and killed. And this was a miracle. And they created, they were the forefathers of Lex Rex. The law is king. The Constitution is king. Not no wicked dictators, governors, mayors, or even a medical tyranny. They usurps the Constitution. Nothing usurps Lex Rex. We need to get back to Lex Rex. Nothing usurps the voice of the people, which is spoken. Freedom of speech, First Amendment, Lex Rex. That's why evil tyrants have done that part over the years. including the globalist war system over in Rome to suppress this document. To try to gut this document. This document is what is protecting us from tyranny. As the founding fathers knew it would. And a day like this would come. And now we're here. So stand up, resist, push back. And when I say that, I mean using the legal system. I'm not talking about, unless it comes down to where they kick it in your door. Until that happens, use the legal system. Protest. Legal. I ain't talking about what the enemy does under the name of protest, burning everything down. That's not protest. That's anarchy. I'm saying protest peacefully that the Constitution orders us to do. To the republic, not a banana republic. All right, if I'm the one that taught you to give, go to streetpriestministry.org, hit the donate button, tithes, first fruit, alabaster box. Belong to the Lord. Babylon the Great is fallen. Come out of her, my peculiar people. Good day, good evening, good night to you around the world. May you grow in faith in Jesus' name.